Hello everybody, it's Sarah here from Stock Me. I'm here today for Training Tuesday to talk to you all about how to pick the perfect product to go wholesale with. Now, lots of you that follow Stock Me and work with us, you are right at the beginning of your journey. You have got some products that you sell retail currently and you're looking to start stocking them in stores. You want to get stocked with your products. So you're right at the beginning, you just don't know where to start. Then we've got some other customers and clients and followers at Stock Me who have already started putting the feelers out, have got some products into local stores, and maybe some online retailers have taken some of your product wholesale. So we've got a couple of different groups here, but this training will work for both of you. So whether you're starting out or already have a few stockists, you're going to want to know how to perfect picking the product to sell to them and the process to go through to test that you've got the right product. So even if you're selling something to retailers or wholesale now, stop, work your way through this training. It will help you with all your future negotiations. All right. So really quickly, we're going to go over and just to clarify, everything we do now, you can also download the booklet and the cheat sheet to go with it. So you'll be able to go through that at your heart's content at home, print it off, scribble all over it and make it work for your business. All right, now, a few weeks ago, we did a would you rather post. And we said, would you rather sell one product? Would you rather sell lots of products, a little bit of each one? Or would you rather sell just lots of everything? Overwhelmingly, the respondents, which were like 25 of you, said they want to sell lots of products and a little bit of each one, wholesale. So you want to have, say, 10, 15, 20 lines and sell a little bit of each one all the time to wholesale rates to retailers. That made, I guess, me go, oh, I want to fix that for them. Why? Now, this isn't saying anyone's business is wrong. This isn't saying that doing it that way is definitely the wrong thing to do. But from my experience, and all the people we support and from selling our own products, this is going to go counterintuitive to everything you guys think. I just know it. If you want to start selling wholesale, you need to completely flip your mindset around product lines. So currently in your businesses, whether you're making crafts at home, whether you're invented something, whether you buy stuff and sell it on, whatever it is, wherever your product comes from, if you make it yourself, if you buy it from a factory, whatever, you probably have lots of products because you figured out that to sell retail, to sell online, to sell at trade fairs, to sell in the local market, you need lots of interesting things for people to come along and buy. Yeah, I bet that's what you're all thinking now. To make the switch to wholesale, you need to forget that. All right. Now that's not to say stop having your products for all your other customers. Don't do that. Keep making all your other product lines for your end user retail customers. But we're going to be thinking about wholesaling. You need to pick just one product that you're going to focus on to get that wholesale gig. Just one. Now, I know you're all freaking out. I know you're all thinking I'm talking rubbish, but to give you a little bit of an example, and you can go through this again in the downloadable booklet. Imagine you are a retail buyer for a massive chain of bookstores and you want to stick something on the counter to get some more dollars off people some more pounds off people as they pay for their books. You've had an email from Sue who sent you reams and reams of paper with her full range of handmade shawls, candles, all the things she makes herself, picture frames and bookmarks. You're sitting there looking at that, but then you've also got an email from Peter who makes 3 designs of bookmarks and sends them on a nice stand that can fit next to your counter. Who are you going to call back? You're not going to have time to wade through Sue's brilliant, massive catalogue of all the wonderful things she does. You're just going to look at, he's got bookmarks, I'm selling to him. I'm going to grab from him, I'm going to buy from him. I want his bookmarks. Design of the bookmarks actually comes in next. It's the ease with which they can grab them, because retail buyers are super busy, as we all are. So to stop them wading through oodles of stuff, you're going to just focus on one. Now, if you still don't believe me, if you still think, no, I've got loads of product lines and I'm happy to do that all wholesale. Now think, how are you going to price all those different things all the time? How are you going to plan how much stock you're going to need if you've got 10 different lines, someone ordering like a handful of each one, and you've got to just get it out? And how are you going to promote everything you've got? Because everything you've got might not all go in one shop. So hopefully you're with me now, realizing you need one product to wholesale. Don't worry about 10 years time when you're super big and you can manage 50 different lines. Think about now, today, pick one product. But picking one product is not easy, is it? Because you all sell such amazing things. So we've got 3 tests that we're going to work you through that will help you pick which product you should be wholesaling. And you can actually go through your entire line, because I promise you, the product you should be wholesaling is not going to be your favorite. It's not necessarily going to be the one you make the most profit on. It's not necessarily going to be the one that you sell the most of at the moment. All right. So you're going to work through every product in your line. You're going to check off these tests and you're going to work out which of your products you currently have should be the one you're wholesaling. And the great thing is, if you get to the end of it and you haven't got a product that should be perfect for wholesaling, you can start a new product. All right, so very quickly, the 3 tests: pricing, planning, promotion. You need to check with pricing that you can make a good profit, but also that the retailer can too. Now, if you look through the downloadable guide, I've got step-by-step instructions for you to work out how to price your product for wholesale and how to test that it is the right price and therefore the right product. So go and download that booklet and work through. If you've got any pricing questions, flip me an email, stockme@outlook.com, and I will help you work it out. All right. Test 2, planning. You are going to need to confirm for each of the products in your line, if they've passed the pricing test, by the way, if they've got through the pricing test, test them against planning. You are going to need to confirm the minimum quantity you're going to need to sell wholesale of that product. So have a look at your packaging, work out how many of each product fit in a box that you can mail. Then you'll be able to work out what your minimum is. So 1 box full is your minimum, if that makes sense. Once you've worked out your minimum, then you need to think, right, well, if a retail buyer says, I want a minimum order, please, can you afford to buy the materials that you're going to need to make that order? Because that retailer may not pay you up front, depending on what your payment terms are, but we'll talk about that in another video. You may not have the money up front. So assuming you haven't got the money up front, can you afford to put your money in that box and post it off until they pay you? If the answer is no, that's not the product for you. Third bit of this test, can you create that box of minimum order of your items in an agreeable time frame? So I would suggest getting stuff in the post super quickly is best for everyone. But retailers do understand, especially when it's handmade stuff, that there's going to be a lead time. But you need to make sure that lead time is reasonable. Because if it's not, if it's like 2 weeks, they're going to go to China. Sorry to say it like that, but they are. They're going to go somewhere where they can get something quickly delivered to them. So agree in a reasonable time frame. Think about what a retailer might expect. Can you make that minimum order in that time frame? If you can't, it's not past that test either. If you can, and you can afford the materials, and that minimum quantity fits in a nice box easily, tick, that's a product we need to go to the next test. All right, so you've got a product that's passed pricing. It's passed planning. Now we're going to look at promotion. Now, promoting yourself as a wholesale opportunity to retail buyers is completely different to the way you're currently marketing yourself. You might currently have a website and you might have a social media page and you might be reaching out to lots and lots and lots of individuals with a marketing strategy. You might have a great marketing strategy, but you can't just do that blanket advertising and marketing about your range and your brand and your business to wholesale buyers. Those buyers for retail stores and chains and shops and online stores, they're a different beast, all right? Now, what you're going to need to do is look at your product that you've chosen. And then you're going to need to identify for that product alone. So forget the rest of your range, that one product. The ideal type of retail environment that would sell that product. So think that one through. For example, a greeting card isn't necessarily what it could be a newsagent's. All right, so say that. So we've got greeting card, great retail environment is a newsagent's. But then we've got question 2 of this test. Where are those buyers for newsagents hanging out online? Now the online bit is really important because you haven't got the time or the money or the energy to be driving around the countryside looking for these buyers. And to be honest, they don't want to see you in their shop, usually. Little local knick-knacky shops and gift shops, they love seeing you in their shop. But a newsagent, no, they just need to zip things through. And remember we did pricing. If you go through the booklet and follow the activity, you'll see why you don't have the time to be driving around looking for newsagents, because it's going to make your costs go up, which is going to put your wholesale price up, which is going to make your recommended retail price too high, and no one's going to buy your product. So our gift card example, our greeting card example, passes the first question but fails on the second, because I don't know where to find newsagents online. I can Google Yellow Pages, but that's going to take a while, because what if it's not called a newsagent in my town? What if it's called a sweet shop? Or what if the newsagent bit is inside the post office in that town? So with that example, we actually did something a bit different. We can say, hey, these greeting cards, they're of native animals. They would go perfectly in tourism information centres. So there's the retail environment. Question 2, where do those people hang out online? Easy peasy. For a start, there are lots of Facebook groups filled with tourism professionals, tick 1. But even easier than that, you can go online and get a list of all the tourism information centres in the whole country with their contact details. You can then, within minutes, be calling those people, explaining the product you've got, asking if they've got a store they'd like to stock it in. If they don't, great. Can we send you a sample for you to look at for next time? Can we pop you on our mailing list? Really, 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 really quickly, you will have a massive database of all the visitor centres, tourism information centres in the country that you can then use to market your cards in future. And I guarantee you, they'll buy them. So think about your product. Don't think about the general type stores that you could stock it in. Think about the really targeted niche stores. So for example, another example, cake toppers, you know, the ones that go on wedding cakes. Don't try and stock them in bakeries, because you're not going to be able to find those bakery owners online anywhere very easily, because you don't know that the bakery that's listed in Loughborough actually does wedding cakes. It might just make daily bread. All right, but wedding boutiques, you know, the ones that sell the lovely wedding dresses, every single one of those will be easy to find. You'll be able to find customers, you'll be able to find the owners of those stores on local buy and sell pages. You'll be able to find those stores listed in the yellow pages, super easy. Again, you'll be able to create yourself a really great contact list and actually do some really targeted marketing to those people. So I hope that explains in 15 minutes and 26 seconds. So it's not as comprehensive as you'd like, but I hope that gives you a really good overview of how to pick the right product for wholesaling. Let me know how you get on, and don't forget to download your booklet and your cheat sheet, and give us some feedback on Facebook @StockMe.